Good morning. Good morning. What's up, everybody? We back. How we doing today? I don't know if it's the morning, the afternoon, when you're listening. I'm just glad you're listening. Figured I get untangled here first. And touch base. See what's good. Up to date you on what's going on up there in Woonsocket. That's just crazy. That whole situation in Woonsocket, like you can't even get a grip to try to figure out like what's going on, and then you hear crazy rumors. Crazy rumors. There was all kind of rumors going around up there in Woonsocket. I was like, some of the things I heard, I had to step back and be like, you know what, I had to analyze it and do my due diligence and see if it was facts or not. But yeah, so we have that going on. I'm not sure what other high school jobs are available. I know over there in Coventry, Andrew Gervasini is the new head coach over there in Coventry. I'm not sure if he's going to keep his staff or if he's going to bring in a staff over there at Coventry. I just know what they had going on last season was pretty rough, and it had to be, and it definitely had to be fixed. So we'll see what Coventry does. But a lot of people know the Woonsocket situation, how Woonsocket had cut ties with Coach Bibeault. Nobody really seen that coming. They cut ties with the head coach. A decision that really left a lot of people in the football community definitely in shock. I mean, a lot of people know that Coach Bibeault, bled maroon. I don't even think he had any other clothes besides maroon and white. But shout out to Coach Bibeault, but a lot of it just don't make sense. Well, let's get caught up. Give you a minute to share this. I'm gonna do it as well. We're gonna talk a little bit about some rumors that are going on because I want to be fair and come out, be transparent about everything. Shout out to Coach Bibeault. A lot of coaches out there, that I'm sure are wondering what went on up there in Woonsocket, because really, could it really be about taking your car, to football games? I don't know. I don't think it could be about all that. Rhode Island IIL, yeah. They had some events going on this week. It looks like their middle school sports actually. It looked like it might have been a success, right? Let me see what they have over here. Let's see. You know what? Let me just bring you onto their page. But yeah, I'm gonna take the time to share this. I want you all to check this video out. If I can ever get back on the other screen while I go and share it.
And went to LaSalle Academy, where he actually got to play for his dad, Tim Cohen. He was really good in high school and was even the Rhode Island Gatorade Player of the Year before making the jump to the college level at UMass. Funny enough, while there, his roommate was actually Victor Cruz, who, safe to say, went on to be a good pro with the Giants and even won a Super Bowl. But Cohen was actually pretty good at UMass too, and owns a ton of school records and is in the UMass Hall of Fame now. After he finished college, Cohen did briefly play arena football for the Alabama Vipers, but then he got right into coaching, and the rest is history. He was the quarterback's coach at Brown, and then left to go to Rhode Island for a season before coming back to Brown. Then he made the jump to his alma mater, UMass, in 2014 under Mark Whipple, and landed at Maine in 2016, where he finally got the promotion up to offensive coordinator. In 2018, he had accepted an offer to be the offensive coordinator for new head coach Bob Chesney. Grew up in Rhode Island and went to LaSalle Academy, where he actually got to play for his dad, Tim Cohen. He was really good in high school and was even the Rhode Island Gatorade Player of the Year before making the jump to the college level at UMass. Funny enough, while there, his roommate was actually Victor Cruz, who, safe to say, went on to be a good pro with the Giants and even won a Super Bowl. But Cohen was actually pretty good at UMass too, and owns a ton of school records and is in the UMass Hall of Fame now. After he finished college, Cohen did briefly play arena football for the Alabama Vipers, but then he got right into coaching, and the rest is history. He was the quarterback's coach at Brown, and then left to go to Rhode Island for a season before coming back to Brown. Then he made the jump to his alma mater, UMass, in 2014 under Mark Whipple, and landed at Maine in 2016, where he finally got the promotion up to offensive coordinator. In 2018, he had accepted an offer to be the offensive coordinator for new head coach Bob Chesney. Grew up in Rhode Island.
So shout out to Liam Cohen, getting a job up there at Jacksonville, but I just wanted to take the time to share this. Give me a second. How many people out there are still supporting Coach Bibeault? I know there's been a lot of rumors going on lately about Coach Bibeault, and one particular one was let me find it. I mean, there was so many great comments, when we talked about it the other day and put the post up. There was a lot of great comments about Coach Bibeault. Just bear with me. I'm just trying to find what I was. So we got football coming up soon. A lot of rumors regarding Coach Charlie up there in Woonsocket, and one particular rumor that really stuck out, and it went around pretty fast. And when I got the information, I had to sit back and kind of look at it and be like, this just don't sound right. So what happened was there was a person was arrested. They had the same name as Coach Bibeault, but a different date of birth, different middle name, and this ended up in, I think it was the Woonsocket Times. It said that Charles G. Bibeault, no permanent address, Rhode Island, obstructing weapons other than a firearm, prohibited, and a warrant, January 4th at River Island Park. And so a lot of people assumed that was Coach Charlie, but I want to tell you everybody that it's not him. It's definitely not him. Coach Charlie Bibeault was never arrested for any charge. And I just had to do my research, do my due diligence, and make sure that wasn't Coach Charlie. So because the last thing I want to do is have information out there that's going to slander a good man, or make somebody look crazy. I mean, I know I have made people look crazy in the past, but I think shit, they had it coming, right? Um, but yeah, that is definitely not Coach Bibeault. It's a totally different person. And on my Facebook page, I think you could even see um the article and what it says. And I think this past week, was it the school committee or the school, they held a meeting to address concerns about Coach Bibeault, and I guess it was open for comment by the community members or parents or players or his assistant coaches, because I'm sure, I know a lot of coaches in the game. I think their assistant coaches would be there lickety split. I know Coach Ferraro has loyal assistants. Coach Bizzato has loyal assistants. These teams have, so you want to have loyal assistants that are going to be there and they're going to speak up and say, nah, this isn't what my coach is about. Oh, wait a minute. What? Oh, his staff they didn't go to the meeting. But anyway, the meeting was open to the public and members could voice their opinions, and I believe some took the opportunity to express how they felt and how they supported the coach. But one thing that did stick out is his coaching staff wasn't at the meeting, and I'm like, why? Why wasn't you at the meeting? Do you feel that what he did was so egregious, that you couldn't stand to go there and speak up for him? Was you asked not to go there by the athletic director? I mean, why would his staff not show up to support him? Respect to everybody, respect to his staff. I don't know any of them guys, but this is the first I hear of the meeting. Yeah, I believe there was a meeting. I believe it might have been a school committee meeting. Don't quote me on that, but I believe there was a meeting, and people were allowed to talk and express their concerns. But as a meeting, several members, they questioned the rationale behind the firing of Coach Bibeault or cutting ties of Coach Bibeault, and one parent ended up stating right here on the podcast that where's the context in this situation? Another one said that, maybe mishandling paperwork or driving your car doesn't seem like a reason to terminate anybody, as long as it was paid coaches on the bus. It wasn't a known meeting to the community, just putting that out there, maybe a secret meeting. Sometimes you can go to school committee meetings and they have a time for non-agenda items. And if Woonsocket does live stream their meetings, maybe we can actually find it and play it. Oh, let me finish sharing this. Maybe you can actually find it and play it, and I'll play it on here. But there's plenty of people that are sticking up for Coach Bibeault. Like I said, driving your personal car, not taking the bus, it doesn't warrant really the firing. And a lot of parents are saying that they're stressed, their kids are stressed over this situation. Oh, sorry, their kids are stressed over this. Even a college recruiter was going up there, I believe, last week, for to talk to some of these kids, and that appointment was canceled. Like, so let's hurt the kids even more. That's why this whole situation is just crazy to me. And the rumors that went around were just even crazier. Let me see. Let me get the here we go. All right, hang on. One minute, y'all. All right, let me see. All right, right there was actually one of the rumors that were going around. This was printed in the Woonsocket Times in the beginning of January 2025. But this is not the coach. Another concern, and I commend everybody for speaking up. Woonsocket doesn't have money like other towns. Do we know if they provided enough room on the buses for all? So Charlie made a sacrifice. That doesn't make him a bad coach or cause for dismissal of his job. Absolutely, but they want the coaches to ride on the bus. But I believe as long as there's a paid coach on the bus, it don't matter. So as long as it's a paid coach on the bus, I know they would like the head coach to be on the bus, but it's not a reason for dismissal of his job. And another thing that concerns me, right? I guess there was a recent evaluation of Coach Bibeault, and they said on a scale of 1 to 10 that he graded a 1 with relationship with his players. I find it hard to believe the Coach Bibeault that I've watched coach the last 7 years had a 1 in relationship with his players. I mean, I don't know if there's another coach out there who has been more dedicated to his kids coaching in a tough inner city area. I mean, Mike Washington knows what I'm talking about. I grew up in Providence, right? So I know firsthand that sometimes for a kid the most dangerous place they could go is home. Not all kids, but some kids have it better than others, and I know that having guys like Coach Washington, Coach Bibeault, Blake Simpson, there's some great coaches here that these kids can turn to, they can trust, they lean on for support. And God forbid one of these coaches go out of their way to help that kid or give him a ride on a cold day when it's like -6 degrees or just 6 degrees. It's just cold. And you see one of your players, you see one of your kids, and you pick them up and you give them a ride to the school. I'm not saying this happened, but oh no, they want to suspend you. Big investigation. You're not supposed to have these kids in your car. You're not supposed to be this close to these kids. But to tell me that Coach Bibeault had a rating of a 1 out of 10 for relationship with his players, make it make sense. I mean, that's all I'm saying. Just make it make sense. A lot of supporters, around the Woonsocket community. And Coach Bibeault it goes way beyond the Woonsocket community. I mean, people all over, from Coach Bibeault being involved with the middle school program, him being involved with breakthrough with the youth, developing the young kids. I just can't see anything that you're gonna say that this man done, and it's warrants dismissing him. I mean, really, you got to start to look at the administration here. Look at all the coaches y'all got rid of. I mean, the AD got shit all crazy. Baseball coach. Doesn't baseball start? RAIL, I think, announced that their practice should be they should be starting their sign up soon. Let me check. Let me see. Hold. Let me check right now. RAIL. Let me get you out of here. Let me find out where I was first. Let's see. First day of practice for spring sports is Monday, March 17th. So yeah, Monday, March 17th is the first day of practice for spring sports. And Woonsocket don't even have a baseball coach. So what are we doing over there? I'm prepared to actually file a FOIA request, a Freedom of Information Act request. Do I have it? Let me see. I think I already typed it out, and I'll share with y'all basically what it let's see. Yeah, I'm actually gonna put it up on the screen. When I looked up the last meeting, which was November, they talk about a potential law that's supposed to go be talked about the next session. Soft helmet covers. Representative Joseph McNamara introducing a bill that, if approved by the General Assembly, would mandate the use of soft helmets, coverings, guardian caps for all high school players in practices and games. Mr. Mr. Lunny recently went to the Round State House to meet with the Representative McNamara to discuss the bill, the result of the current research, and the cost to schools if this becomes law. That'll give you something to think about. What do you think about that? They'll have like a kind of like a soft covering on their head. So, so let me know what y'all think of that. But yeah, I just wanted to touch base on a little of the Coach Bibeault stuff. I just wanted to let everyone know that, a lot of these rumors going around, as far as I know, they're not true. I checked into him being, about, when they said somebody was arrested. So that isn't true. So I just, make it make sense. It's kind of hard to understand because the coach has so many supporters. There's so many people in the community that support Coach Bibeault. So I couldn't imagine, that's not a good look. Rhode Island, what the hell are we doing? Scratch my head. You won't find another more dedicated to the kids in that area. SMFH. This is a black guy on the state. Another comment. Yeah, they done messed up. Dan Cole says, school's just falling apart. Athletic department and education. None of it makes sense. Absolutely. Hashtag make it make sense. Make this make sense. This is such an awful move. Coach has helped so many kids. He works at the middle school. He helps so many kids there. And I'm also happy to get to high school just to play football and have the coach there for them. My son is one of them. The coach has helped him so much. Behavior has changed so much because of Coach Charlie. This is so messed up. God forbid a coach take his own car to a game, which I highly doubt is true, but they keep a teacher who got married to his former student. Woonsocket High School do better? Oh, that's a deep one. Absolutely. A great reason all these athletics leave, right? And whoever the new coach coming in is, I think he might have a little problem. I think right off the rip, he may not be very, very liked. I mean, not fair on him, not his fault, but I think there might be a problem. And I know all that Coach Charlie has done, it was hard for him to bring kids in to the program. I mean, you're not going to find a coach that does as much. He says, my daughter is a varsity cheerleader. I've grown up in the city and also worked in the school department for years, and Charlie put his heart and soul into his position. We had a great relationship with them players. The issue in today's world, when some parents get upset when their child isn't the star player, so they cry. It's happening in all sports. Parents need to stop holding their kids' hand and complaining and just respect all the coaches in the sport. Tommy Bryan, look up his history. Yeah, I heard he's out, right? He's no longer around. Absolutely. And I agree. Charlie did put his heart and soul into this position. And I said earlier, I find it hard to believe that that Charlie got, out of 1 out of 10, they said he scored a 1 with relationship with his players. And I just find that hard to believe. Another comment says, this is insane. Not only was he a coach, he was also a person to look up to and a person to talk to. He was there for everyone, no matter who it was. He always would take the negative out of everything and make it a positive. No other coach made me love the sport and grind my ASS off like him. He was a good role model. Woonsocket School District full of clowns. Absolutely. Great, great. If Cahill got the job, that program would tank. That's who's predict chasing it. Was he on the former staff? Because, nobody from his staff went to the meeting that they had to speak up. So I'm curious, was he on the staff? Absolutely. This is the most active the football team has ever been, ever. And now they hire some teacher who doesn't care and it'll go downhill. I mean, all great, great comments. As a former player, Charlie's, this is absurd. He's one of the most influential people in my life. He embodied what Novan pride meant. He poured his blood, sweat, and tears into the program. Then they turn around and do this to him is insane. He's also pretty much the only reason Woonsocket's getting a new sports complex behind the high school. All the advocating he did for the energy that he put in is being treated like it's a shame. Hashtag fire Miss G. He said, hell no. Retired cop, I think, but rumors has he's been gunning for it. Oh, you know the retired cop's name? Or is that the Cahill guy? This isn't going to be an easy program to take over. This ain't going to be a walk in the park. I love it how people think that they could just walk in, take over a football program, and it's all X's and O's. Politics will always take place. I mean, it happens, man. We see the same. I used to say we see the same rethreads in high school football over and over. The same coaches. Dave Cato gets the Pano job. See what he did in West Warwick? He crippled that program. It wasn't until West Pennington came in had turned that program around. You know, some people think they could come in and take over a program. And it's just like, all right, I'm gonna go out there and call some plays. Hey, I'm the high school coach, you know, I'm somebody. You know, you just can't walk in and take over a football program. This isn't Madden. There's a lot goes into it, a very lot. And you do something wrong, and we here to tax your ass. For real. This is absolutely disgusting. The reason they have given made absolutely no sense. My son is going into his senior as a starting quarterback. The last 3 years, Coach Charlie had been there for my son and many others on and off the field, always looking out for these kids. Charlie is there for these kids every step of the way. I have never ever seen or met the principal. Has he even been to a game to see any kind of interaction with Charlie and the team? Canceling a visit yesterday with my son and others with a college coach. Why? Because you didn't want it known what the high school did. The superintendent, principal, and everyone else, they all claim that they are there for the kids. If you play sports, that is not the case. Baseball season starts soon. A head coach hasn't even officially been named. So I can't even imagine what will happen with football. Great, great comments. Total BS, bring back Bibeault. But I mean, even if they say he could come back, I mean, even just say hypothetically, which I have never really seen, is he really retired? The people who have grown up in the city know him very well, but not for good. But all the dirt he did as a cop, sorry, but not sorry. I'm an honest person. Wrong is wrong. Absolutely. And we don't need no bad cops. You know, respectfully, I don't know him. I don't know what he's done. You know, I'm not even saying he is a bad cop, but we don't need, especially around the football field, right? A lot of these kids already, They definitely don't need no negativity. Here's a comment. I don't know Charlie personally, but I have what I think is a pretty good perspective for being an outsider. The amount of time, effort, love, and dedication he puts into the program probably had him making pennies per hour. I don't know much, or better yet, anything about football, but what I do know is he's always out of his way to do things for his team. Like the proudest older brother would. Not only do I feel bad for the team, but just as bad for him because that was his absolute life and reason. No, that absolutely, Coach Charlie did a lot for that program. I'm not really understanding why they would, why they would even do this, you know, but it's crazy how they're getting rid of all their coaches. They're getting a new field, but you need guys like Charlie Bibeault. He gets the kids to come out and play football. Kids play their youth career and they wait for a day that they can get up to the high school and play for a dude, like Coach Charlie. The last 7 years, I watched Coach Charlie coach them kids and trials and tribulations. I mean, I remember, it was either 17, it might have been 2017, 2018, when Socket's up in Westerly. They lose the game 61-0. Westerly had Tristan Toronto, was just doing it all season long. Real tough kid playing single wing. After when Socket lost that game, when Socket went on, they didn't lose another game the rest of the season, and then they met Westerly in the playoffs. And you know what happened? What happened was when Socket won the Super Bowl. And then the next year, back to back. So internal investigation needs to be done by the mayor and city council for athletics department. I mean, only you guys, the constituents there can make that happen. Go to the school committee. Put it on the agenda. You all have the right to file a Freedom of Information Act, a FOIA request. And you could request the information. You could request the information from the school about Coach Bibeault's termination. You all have that right, which I actually have a FOIA request already filled out for Woonsocket. So we're going to send that in. We're going to see what happens, see if we can get all emails, and per like Rhode Island law, they can't delete anything on their server, all kinds of stuff. But we're going to put a request in, just so we can see exactly, get the emails, get messages, any files pertaining to, Coach Bibeault's release. So that's basically all you got to do, I'm trying to see where I'll actually put how I wrote it, and you guys can actually, write it a similar way. If you want to submit a FOIA request to the school, every citizen has the right to do that as part of the Freedom of Information Act. So I'll definitely, I'll get that information up there. But yeah, and if I could be any assistance, anything you think I may know that you want the public to know about this situation, even if you think it's not relevant, you can always inbox me. If anybody wants to come on the show and talk about this, if you have something you want to say, you're welcome to come on. I could drop a link. You can come on, or you can come on, on your own and talk about what Coach Charlie meant to you, what he meant to the program, how the school is making a grave mistake. It's going to be interesting how Woonsocket goes on from here. It seems not only in football, in a lot of their sports. But I didn't want to take all this time, but shout out to Coach Bibeault, great guy. Done a lot for the program, the superintendent, the principal, all you guys, man. Come on, you claim you for the kids. But we know that's not the case. It's evident. You can see that, but shout out to everyone else, man. If anyone else has a situation that they are going through with the school, with this, in the sport, if I could be of any assistance, you never know, and if you know anything, you want to let me know what's going on, definitely, you could message me, always confidential, and that's why so many people be bringing me the information. Coach Pennington said last week, he said, Mikey, how you be getting your information? And I was like, what do you mean how I be getting my information? He said, well, you said something that kind of, it just happened. And it's like, how's Mikey already know? It's like, they be calling me, but appreciate everybody. Talk to you very, very soon. Let's see. Out with the old, in with the new. Coach Gervasini, new coach, Coventry High School.
Not promote or promotion any illegal activities. All content provided by this channel is meant only for educational purpose only.
Oh, the alignments.
Listen, no one's going to give you more coverage. No one's going to be at more games. No one's going to be more informed. I'm not just some guy sitting in his basement spouting off about who's winning games and who's doing what. We're real. The rebellion is real. Providence Journal coverage is going to be real this year. It's almost here. 3 days away.